This is the true crime documentary of Hannah Cornelius, a vibrant 21-year-old student with dreams as big as the South African sky. On the night of May 27, 2017, Hannah's ill-fated encounter with a group of ruthless individuals would change her and her family's life forever. So let's dive into the cold case of Hannah Cornelius. This story takes us to Stellenbosch, a town nestled in the heart of South Africa's Western Cape. Known for its vineyards and serene landscapes, it's the last place you'd expect a tale like this to unfold. Hannah Cornelius, a young woman with a vibrant spirit and personality, was born on the 12th of February 1996 in Cape Town, South Africa. She attended college in the nearby town. Although her parents were aware that she had the potential to take her own path in life, they still wanted her to attend college and pursue a career in law like them. Hannah wasn't just another student. She was known for her infectious laughter and her unending kindness. She had a heart that extended to everyone she met, a genuine soul that touched the lives of those around her, and someone who would lend a helping hand without a second thought. Her life was filled with lectures, late-night study sessions, and the carefree joy of youth. But little did she know that the picture-perfect community she called home would soon serve as the location for a terrifying and unimaginable tale, permanently changing the direction of her promising future. Vernon Witbooi, Geraldo Parsons, Nashville Julius, and Eben van Niekerk. Names that would soon send shockwaves in this case and in the community of Stellenbosch. Cheslin Marsh, who was 22 years old, and Hannah Cornelius, who was 21 years old, were very close friends. After a challenging week of studies, the two would frequently spend their free time together by attending dance clubs. They had been hanging out together until just past midnight on Saturday, May 27, 2017. Cheslin had intended to walk back to his apartment, but Hannah suggested driving him home because she was aware of how unsafe walking around might be at that time of night. Hannah and Cheslin had been talking while sitting in the car when four men with weapons approached them. The driver's side window was partly open, providing one of the men enough space to strike Hannah's face with a screwdriver. Cheslin began looking for a weapon as soon as he realized they were in danger. As he was doing this, one of the other males snuck into the back seat of the car and pointed a knife towards the couple. At knife point, the four intruders robbed both of them while they sat in the car. Hannah was pushed between the two seats in the front as her car was driven away, with Cheslin being forced into the rear seat before being taken into the trunk. About an hour after the carjacking at 4:43 a.m., the gang stopped at a gas station to withdraw money from Cheslin's bank account. But the attacker, Witbooi, was unable to withdraw anything as he was given the incorrect PIN. The captors then drove to a rural area away from town. When reaching a location that suited them, they got out of the vehicle and pulled Cheslin out of the trunk. As soon as they had him down, they began pounding his head with bits of broken brick they had found lying around and left him for dead. When he eventually came up fighting and passed out, they got back into the car, where Hannah sat in terror, terrified that she was going to be next. Hannah made an effort to make a deal with her kidnappers, saying that she would not fight back against her assault as long as they agreed on releasing her when they were done. But she had believed wrongfully that these robbers, kidnappers, would keep their promises. After being dragged back into the vehicle, Hannah was taken 12 miles from Stellenbosch to a country road. The males then switched between raping Hannah, who they said remained silent throughout the entire incident. After they were done, the attackers put Hannah in the trunk while claiming to be looking for a good location to let her go. They had then driven to a vineyard which they believed to be quite remote. When she saw they had no plans of letting her go, Hannah grabbed the inside of the trunk and held on for the sake of her life after they unlocked it and attempted to get her out. During the fighting, one of the men took out a knife and attacked her in the throat, leading her to loosen her grip. Hannah was removed from the trunk of the car and dropped onto a hill of dirt, wounded and defenseless. The guys she had worked so hard to please then grabbed the heaviest rock to smash her head. The three criminals, Parsons, Van Niekerk, and Witbooi, had sped away in their victim's vehicle with the purpose of purchasing more drugs, totally unconcerned by their actions. They stopped while they drove through the Stellenbosch neighborhood to steal from a woman they saw walking alone down an empty road. And just a few hours later, they abducted yet another woman, grabbed her debit card, and used an ATM at the gas station to withdraw cash. The woman was released unhurt after they had money in their hands. Meanwhile, around 6 a.m., a couple who lived in the small town of Crayfontein, about 12 miles from Stellenbosch, had been awoken with the screams of a beaten and bloodied young man, Cheslin Marsh, begging for help from outside their door. The couple had called police soon after listening to his story of being carjacked, assaulted, and left to die. Just a few moments after receiving information from Cheslin about the prior night's incidents, officials learned that farm workers had found a woman's body laying head down in an open field on the outer boundaries of town. However, in an unexpected turn of events, police in Stellenbosch happened to catch sight of a blue VW City Golf rushing through traffic immediately after the initial reports were being made public. The car driver succeeded to avoid arrest for a while through the chase before unintentionally driving into a dead-end road. Since Witpool and his companion were unable to travel any farther, they ran out and escaped on foot while being followed by police. They had not gone very far when they were caught and taken into custody. Following the investigation, the suspects were named as Geraldo Parsons, 27 years old, and Vernon Witbooi, 33 years old. Their partners, Nashville Julius, 29 years old, and Eben Van Niekerk, 28 years old, were caught later the same morning from each of their homes. South African authorities were shocked to hear that every single one of the suspected criminals had histories of crime that were likely to fill a book due to the extremeness of their actions. The only gang member to provide a testimony on what happened that night was Parsons. He said that they had simply intended to find money so they could get drugs and were not going to engage in either sexual assault or murder. He even remembered that the choice to murder the two had been taken in the extreme circumstances of the situation. Despite admitting to taking part in the rape, Parson, who had a partner and kids, denied any involvement in whatever happened after that. He said that Vernon Witbooi dropped the large rock on Hannah's head as the other men watched, and that no one else was at fault for Hannah's death. The four suspects were ruled guilty of all charges at the trial's end. Life sentences were given to Parsons, Witbooi, and Niekerk, with the chance of release in 25 years. Whereas Julius was given a 15-year prison sentence since he had fled just before the victims had been taken to a different site. The guys were accused with the kidnapping, rape, and killing of Hannah Cornelius in addition to the kidnapping, robbery, and murder attempt of Cheslin Marsh. Hannah's story not only gripped the hearts of those who knew her, but also raised awareness about the issues of violence against women in South Africa. Her case highlighted the urgent need for stronger measures to protect young women in a country where such crimes are sadly not uncommon.
But what I do believe is that she did not have the physical or mental strength left to counter any difficulties that she may have experienced.
Organizations and individuals rallied together to advocate for changes in legislation and increase safety measures for women. While it cannot bring Hannah back, her memory serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of standing up against violence and injustice. As we reach the end of this harrowing journey through the life and tragic fate of Hannah Cornelius, remember, this story serves as a stark reminder of the darkness that can lurk in unexpected places.